What's up, guys? This is Musick, and welcome back to the Music channel. Today I want to show you guys 5 of my favorite chords that I use very often, and I think they sound really good. This is going to be a very simple and straightforward video, so that way you guys can have some extra chords to add to your arsenal for when you're playing. And as we go through these 5 chords, I want you guys to let me know which chord is your favorite out of the 5 that I picked. And if there's any beautiful sounding chords that you guys know about, definitely let me know in the comments, because I'm really curious to know what you guys know. But without further ado, let's start with our first chord. This first chord is super simple. It's an A minor add 9. You only have to play 2 notes, but it's still a very rich and full sounding minor chord, and the fact that it's so easy to play and you can really work around it while you're improvising just makes it such a useful chord. Now, I do want to let you guys know that as we go throughout these different chords, I am going to show you specifically where I like to play them, but just know that you can play a lot of these chords with a capo, and you can take that shape and you can shift it to go somewhere else. God, it sounds so good. Next chord. I promise I'm not trolling you guys, but this is another minor add 9 chord, but this one is specifically in E. And the main reason I'm also showing this chord is not just because it does sound really good, but because it's in a different position, and I just really wanted to showcase that to you guys, because accessing chords at different areas of the fretboard is a big part of knowing chords and having really good chord knowledge. So whether that minor add 9 shape is over here, or if it's down here, I think it's really good and important to know that. And again, if you put a capo down and you want to play this chord with a minor scale, it's going to sound good. But let's move on to something a little different. Okay, so to be perfectly honest, I don't even know what this chord is. I have a chord finder app and I plugged all the notes in, and it came out with no chord results. Like, it couldn't figure out what it is. But as I'm editing this video, I'm gonna do some more research, and if I do know what the chord is, I'll pop it up on screen right now, and hopefully that is something. Next chord. So this one specifically is just a major 7 chord, but I just love this shape. It's very easy to play, and again, you can move it around and play it in a lot of different spots, and it just sounds really good. But before we jump to our last chord, I do want to show you guys one more position where you can play this chord, just to make it more accessible. The first chord I was playing is a G major 7, so it sounds like this. But you can also play it a lot lower, although it's going to be a little bit more difficult to play, and it's going to sound like this. In this specific position, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to play because you need to use your thumb to play that low E note. But if you remove the thumb, honestly, the shape is not that difficult to play. But adding the G is a little bit more difficult. But I mean, it does sound really good, and if you want to be able to play it, then I would highly recommend trying to practice playing this chord with your thumb so you can kind of get comfortable and familiar with that. But now we're going to move on to our final chord. Now, in fairness, this chord is a much newer one for me, but I've really been enjoying it, and it has a very interesting use, which I'll explain how I got to finding this chord in the first place. But on my chord finder app, it has it listed as either or both of these chords. It could either be used as an F13 or an E flat major 13 sharp 11, which that just sounds insane. But I'd like to think that the way that I came across playing this chord, I thought was pretty interesting. Now, I haven't posted this game and I haven't really streamed it, but you guys might have heard of a little game called Baldur's Gate 3. It won Game of the Year and a ton of awards, but one thing that I feel like it's could have gotten some more notoriety for was the soundtrack. The songs are incredible. I've been having a lot of fun just casually listening to the different songs, and I wanted to learn how to play one of them. It's called Down by the River. I was listening to the song and I was ear training and trying to dissect it and figure out like what to play. Obviously, we have the main melody, but I was trying to find some chords to play over that, and I wanted to have like my own twist on playing the song. I don't know, I think it's a pretty good sounding chord. It was really unique to kind of throw into the mix for that progression. I'm pretty sure it's not officially the correct chord to be playing for the theme, but I think it sounds good. But what made this chord even more interesting to me is that I found it while playing with the capo on, so now we're going to go backwards, take off the capo, and then plug it in over here in E minor. God, that is just such an interesting sounding chord. I love it, man. Has a really interesting character to it. It's almost like a mysterious sounding chord. I don't know. I just find it really unique. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this quick little video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to me play these 5 beautiful sounding chords and sharing them with you guys. And again, if you guys have any beautiful sounding chords on guitar that you'd like to share with me, definitely let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to check them out. And as always,